Health, energy, and performance, dear friends. These are, of course, they are needs of everybody. This need to be there. If you are living life, this need to be there. This is fundamental. This need to be there. There's no questions about it. Meditation brings it that way. Health becomes yours. There's no question, there's no discussion about health once you take on to meditation seriously.
I figured out how to move from negative to positive thinking. I used to overthink a lot. I overcame that and experienced true happiness from within. That happiness that I never felt before, and that joy that was unaffected by anything that was happening outside.
I observed that just by simply being myself, just by observing my breath without having any technique or effort, just by being, I felt an inner joy and lightness that I had not seen on a regular basis. And I felt a silence within me, and the silence wasn't empty, it felt alive to me. It felt like returning home.
As I started meditating more, I was opening different ways to heal. It was not just about healing from my past, but there were other ways of healing that I discovered as I started meditating. I started painting, I started writing more. I started becoming more regular with my Toastmasters, found another avenue to express myself. The meditation practices are helping me be more authentic everywhere, wherever I go.
I started believing that I could change anything in life with if I have the real intent after coming into meditation. Earlier, I used to have the attitude of, yeah, this is going to be like this, we can't change this. And now I sincerely put intent, effort, and then meditate a lot, visualize a lot, and have it the way I want to have it.
Each session brought new awareness. I began to notice my thoughts slowing down. My mind, which was always in, no, can't do, can't go, can't approach, in that phase, and it started relaxing. My reactions became more softer. In fact, I started smiling more.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our friends who are here today with us from all over the world. Thank you so much for being here on the 18th day of this Flagstaff program of ours that is Buddha CEO has put forward for the last so many years, where we get wisdom, we get meditation, we get sharing of experiences, and we learn and grow together, improving the consciousness of all of us together. So my name, I'm Dr. Asha Pai. I live in Florida, and I was a pediatrician, and I'm retired now. And now I'm totally into meditation and sharing my wisdom with whoever is willing to listen to me. My journey, as usual, started from India, with spirituality being a speck in my day-to-day life, because it is all around you. You get holidays depending upon all the different festivals, whether it is a Hindu festival, a Christian festival, or a Muslim festival. So plenty of holidays, plenty of time to go to the temple, go here, there, enjoy the celebrities of the spirituality. But the depth was only very superficial. What happens later, what happened was, one of the things I recognized 20 years ago was I needed to do meditation. But whoever I went to, they said, you need a guru. You need only one person who can tell you. It cannot be shared. All those type of limiting beliefs. And I felt really bad. But whoever, even the Swamijis I went to, it was a wonderful experience to do meditation. But it was only for 10 minutes or so. So yes, you felt comfortable and you came out and you went on your work. But within 1 or 2 days, you are back to your square one of being angry, being victim, feeling like a victim, blaming others. Anger was wonderful with me. I could blow up easily, and mainly with my own family, with my husband. And it was not a pleasant thing, even though I thought that was my happy moments. And then when COVID started and we were able to do online, sitting on my bed. And other thing about meditation was you had to sit up straight, you had to have the back straight. And when you tell me to do certain things in a certain way, I can tell you that I won't do it. I want to do things only if I find it to be comfortable to me. So when Zoom started and when all these meditation classes started, I went through different masters who all learned under Patriji, and it was the same consistency in the teachings, and it was beautiful, beautiful. So I started to meditate. I started to have experience, and sometimes no experience. But everybody around me started to notice that I was not the same person. I was so joyous. I didn't have any, I mean, I didn't feel like, even if I didn't cook for somebody, or if I didn't do something, before I would feel guilty. Now it is like, oh, I didn't cook, that's okay, let's go out. Or, just joyous about anything, no guilt, no feeling of, I should do this. The should word has disappeared. And the I also recognize that I create all my reality, which is such a freedom. Because when you don't have to blame somebody or become a victim, and you recognize that whatever situation has happened is because you wanted it, then you start enjoying it. Actually, look at ourselves now. We go to Disney World and we stand in that long line for different roller coasters. And when we stand there, we are excited. We are anticipating this beautiful roller coaster. That's what we did when we were out there trying to come back to planet Earth, because we wanted to experience this. So if there is pain, I embrace it. If there is any kind of altercations, yes, it's wonderful. I'm able to become a little bit mindful and talk. So, but then again, don't think that my life is all hunky dory, because I do plenty of mistakes, but I recognize it right away. I recognize it. I try to implement what I can do to improve myself. I have heard, even as recent as 10 days ago, I have heard a beautiful friend of mine with my words. And but she was able to tell me right away, and I was able to correct myself right away. And I realized, when you are having too much fun, you tend to not watch what you talk. So with all these type of experiences, I recognize I love myself, I love my life, I love all the different amazing people that come in my life. I have been blessed to be able to be part and a parcel of this group. And I'm doing my own Zoom classes, and also been able to be instrumental in schools around Manipal in the last few days, in the nursing school, in the residential school for children. So, and the beauty of them, such beautiful souls. So it has been a wonderful journey, and meditation is number one in my life. That is the first priority, up to 2 to 3 hours sometimes. If I don't get time at all, at least 1 hour, I will do my meditation. And Patriji's, answer was, for everything, it was meditation, do meditation. And so if I can't do anything else, meditation gives me a lot of insights and makes me grounded to be who I am, and grounded to accept everybody as part of me. So thank you so much for listening to me. And it is my great honor and privilege to welcome Chandra sir, who has been the great instrument in my life. With his soft words, with his one-word sentences, he has been able to transform me a lot. Thank you so much, sir. Welcome again here.
Thank you, Ashaji. A superficial journey to a real journey. We travel from conscious mind to subconscious to the superconscious truly. A thought to an emotion to a neutral state. We're attached to the emotion in a superficial journey. In a true journey, we see through the emotion. And soul is a bundle of emotions. So we have to see through them. It means we have to come out of them. That happens when we have the right understanding. That happens when we sufficiently are able to be in it, to notice ourselves, to stay out of it. That's what Patrizi did. Meditation, he emphasized meditation to be practiced sufficiently long enough to notice that we are first being swept away in emotions, and so then we can stay out of it. That's subconscious programming. And that is out, and many times then we see things the way they are. And so sufficient long enough meditation, and then being able to distinguish that what is not real, because we're never seeing anything in real lens. We always have a lens, and the lens has to be dropped. The judgment lens is there. The belief lens is there. The regret lens is there. The manipulation lens is there. Control lens is there. So everything is from that perspective. They all have to be dropped. And then that's where we are practicing meditation long enough to notice all these lenses. So it's been such a pleasure to listen to you always. Because these things will take time. So we continue to, while we are aware on one side, continue to make mistakes on another. Someone who admits that I have mistakes, but of course, mistakes means things that you know are not right. Of course, we'll quickly dissolve them. When we are in denial, we'll never dissolve them. So knowing is one, and so then we can do something about it. And so meditation, hand in hand with knowledge, is able to help us with awareness to know, and so then we can transform. I think there's the essence of this program, essence of how each of us are transforming. Thank you for coming back. Thank you that I saw the pictures, so much of activity going on. I can see the spark that is now igniting this mammoth institution that you're associated with. We are in this manifestation week. So the desire is there. Now desire moved into a strong intention, channeling the energy in the direction. And so now it has to now spread, and it will spread. So thank you. So dear friends, in the 5 sutras of manifestation processes, visualization is about utilizing the mind power. Being open to possibilities utilizing the soul power. Being an acceptance of situations that are happening is utilizing the soul power. Visualization is like having, like a potter when he's making his clay pot, is constantly refining in all directions because he has that beautiful picture of the pot that he wants to make in his mind. It is there in his mind. And so then he knows what to create, what to look for. It's like a sculptor who is chipping the stone in different areas because he has the form of Buddha in his mind. You know how to, what to, where to chip because he knows. That holding that form in the mind is to create something very beautiful. If I know what I'm creating, then there is something that is coming out there, like an architect having that beautiful three-dimensional understanding of what he or she is creating, and so then it can be transferred replicably onto a paper or into then subsequently into a form out there. So we need to have the clarity of the potter, clarity of a sculptor, clarity of the architect. So let's today understand the steps that lead towards visualization, concepts after meditation. Let's go into the practice, dear friends. We're practicing breath meditation. Our goal is to rest the mind and be in the state of restfulness. When we are resting the mind, when we empty the mind, resting to emptying the mind, then we transcend our mind and body completely. And so then we become the energy and we float and then we soak ourselves in that energy, the quantum field, that intelligent field. So in this two-step meditation process, first step is to rest and so then physiologically benefit a lot in this body and mind. And the second step is to be in touch with and then be immersed in this alternate frequency realities or the quantum field that is constant, and awareness is constantly guiding us. And so we develop our ability to be with that awareness when we meditate and then truly empty ourselves. So we're doing this process by observing a normal natural breath. I'm going to see if I have a picture. I see this is as you see in the picture. We sit down comfortably. Cross your fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, closing your eyes, observing a normal natural breath. Resting your attention anywhere on the nose. When you observe our breath, our mind slowly becoming empty. And then be in the state of emptiness. In case we have thoughts, then go back to observing the breath. In the emptiness, many things happen. We simply witness all of them. whatever happens in that empty state, where there's no thought state or lessened thought state, something happens. We witness all of it. Body movements, energy, sensations, visions. In case we have thought to go back to the breath, and then again start the process called breath meditation. This way spending maximum time. And then prior to that, we practice for a few minutes this process of heart elevation. It helps us to go into deeper meditative states. And then we go into breath meditation. Relax yourself, dear friends. For heart elevation, just follow my guidance. For anyone out there new, dear friends, dear masters, with your glasses removed, eyes closed, keep your hands on your chest area, and with your attention on your beautiful heart, can you feel your heart center? Feel the seat of all emotions. Come on, dear friends, with a relaxing breath, with your attention on your heart, feel it. Where you place your attention, there you place your energy. Breathe into your heart center, dear friend, that life. Notice it, the center, helping you thrive in life with its higher vibrations of love, of gratitude, of kindness, of adventure. As you connect with your heart center, imagine and dream of an experience that moves you into higher emotion. Playing with a child, dancing in rain, smelling a flower, hugging a tree. Helping somebody in need, or whatever, dear friends, that brings you that joy. Feel. Relive that moment and feel that energy of joy, of love. The more you experience this energy, the higher vibration, the more you fill up your heart center with this emotion, the more coherent you become. Coherence is the basis of all creation. Feel it. And allow yourself to spread that energy onto everything and everyone on this planet. Intend to send that energy to all those in need, to help them heal, to help them see the truth, to help them elevate their understanding. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. Feel. Deep inside, we are a speck of energy connected to each other deeply. Heal. Relive that moment. Allow yourself to be in that harmony, to be in that feeling, that creative feeling of oneness with all things and everyone. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. Allow yourself to experience that calmness, emptiness, inside of you, all around you. become aware of the emptiness, that blackness, where there's no body, where there's no thing. That's energy. The quantum field of energy. Of all knowing, of all intelligence, of all possibilities. The longer you stay connected to this emptiness, this energy, the more aware you become. The more you tune in. To these limitless possibilities, the more miraculous you become. And the longer you are with this all-knowingness, the more you draw the wisdom of the past, of that ancient past, present, and the more clearer you become. Merge into that emptiness. Merge into the emptiness of yourself, your divine self. That feel of limitlessness, the feel of all connection. The longer you stay connected to this emptiness, the nothingness, the more you experience everythingness, everyone. Friends, it's truly an honor and privilege to be living this life at this time of history. Let's express gratitude to all things and everyone. Gratitude to your parents, teachers, mentors, to your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, everybody. Be grateful. To this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, to everything used, the technology, all the systems, the companies, the governments, to yourself and to this intelligent field. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Relax your body. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What have you seen? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoy the session. Nagendra, how was meditation?
Meditation went deeper, sir. It was good meditation. I don't know where I was, and I had a very heavy working day yesterday. I needed this meditation. It was very relaxing. Now I feel fresh and calm.
Yes, Ashaji? How was the meditation today?
So the music just transports me somewhere else. And then, of course, your voice is like hypnotizing. So there is no words to express. You just go quickly deep, and then you're in this vastness, and then you are lost. And when every time I hear the voice, then I come back, and then I feel, okay, potential. So certain words will keep coming out in my consciousness. And when I come out, it's full of joy.
Yes. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
We have to be full of joy when you come out. Yes. It's like meeting thousands of most favorite people together. Meeting one most loved person is joyous. Then you meet thousands of them together. And you can't explain it. That's how it is. Thank you. Okay, dear friends. There are two types of creation, the default creation and deliberate creation. Default creation happens when we simply set ourselves up for creation by not blocking, not limit ourselves from things happening, not blocking ourselves from things happening. That's our limiting beliefs. A limitation that keeps stopping us. No, I can't do this. No, this is not possible. No, that's not possible. No, this is how the world is. This is how life is. This is how it meant to be. They're supposed to do it this way. The default creation happens when we remove all the blocks of that nature. We just allow things because we are coloring everything by looking at and saying this is the only way that can happen. And so then you block anything else to happen. The way I was thinking that Buddha's Quantum Foundation will grow initially was that we had a center in Bangalore, so we'll go to that center and then I will organize workshops on the weekends. The only thing I knew that time was that, okay, so you have to start from a place. To grow something, you have to start from a place as a meditation programs and things. So then you need to bring people into the room and do it. And this is the way it's going to grow, slowly as it has been done before by everyone. And I think you start with something physical, something small to bigger and bigger and bigger. But I was also open to allow something beautiful, this virtual thing to happen at that time. Then the default thought, when this virtual session started, it was in the beginning of COVID, is then also the matches with the beginning of Buddha's work. Was the default thought was that, okay, so at Pyramid Valley, we have a set of communities, so we'll probably have 100, 200 people like this. That was the default thought. Because it's based on how many people that are already associated with us, community. But then suddenly, when you allow things to happen without having that blocking, that, okay, you can maximum, because you can get maximum 100 people, 50 people, 60 people who will join your session without, if I didn't have that blocking, because then if I thought that our community is small, and so then you'll only get small number of people at that time, then I would have limited myself. Instead, was very open about let things happen. I was not limiting myself as saying the people who join are only from the community that we have. That's the only thing possible. Who knows? And so then we're open from that perspective, not limiting myself with a limiting thought, then automatically a Karthikeyan sir, Padma Shri Karthikeyan sir came and joined. And when he saw and liked, then he wrote to many, many people. When you don't block with a limitation, then in many ways the help will come and things can happen. Then the deliberate creation, this default creation. When you meditate, when you start getting focused, automatically, that is your natural state. The natural state need to be focused towards things that we like to have, experience. That's our natural state. A child is focused. You know it. If they set their eye on something, they're going to be behind it. That's the natural state. If they don't get it, they also equally quickly let go. That's also the natural state. And so with meditation, the awareness, when we unblock ourselves, when you get focused, you will get default creation. But then the deliberate creation is their difference, which is to visualize, which is to dream, which is to express gratitude. It's up to us to play both types of games. Sometimes you just let things happen. Sometimes you go out and actively play. So visualization is utilizing our mind power, something that is beautifully given to us, meaning humans, to have all the powers of the conscious mind. It's called conscious mind is because you consciously are aware in creating something. Otherwise, by default, we operate from subconscious. But for a meditator, the consciousness is more, the awareness is more. So then they're able to actively go with courageousness, brave, and then create things. So visualization needs to be looked from that perspective that you are doing a deliberate creation. You're becoming a co-creator. You're conscious. So you are courageous. You're brave to go out and then create. What to create is through your inner feeling, by tuning in of what is right for you. Then your creation becomes a lot more beautiful, a lot more useful to everybody. Because whatever that we truly feel is always helping somebody, because that's our inner nature again. So let's look at a few charts around visualization. Visualization. Setting goals and visualizing are the two aspects. So in the 5 Sutra manifestation science, focus, openness, visualizing, belief reprogramming, and acceptance are the 5 words. Visualizing your future. We talked about focus comes naturally with meditation, which is focus is about gaining great physical health, energy in the body, having a strong mind, feeling that you have the abilities to learn and create, and then having beautiful emotional regulation so that you're able to work with people, we're able to work with consciousness. Openness is to be ready in a situation to be ready and to prepare ourselves and say anything can happen anytime. And so then why I conclude on anything? And so don't conclude anything and just be ready, open. Any surprise, any miracle, anything can come in. We recently did a conference in St. Louis, and there's a lot of funding required. And how do you have a great intention, you're focused on execution. And so the team was focused. And then automatically, then as they focused on it, that means you're putting your attention on how to raise funding. And so then you do what you know. And then by going into some folks, but then least of that you expect that somebody can donate is suddenly large amount, which lifts your, it covers for a lot of expenses. So we had a donor, grateful to Degaru, who had a donor who came in and said, okay, I will cover a lot of expenses. And so then suddenly you have a good part of expenses are covered. And so then it is an unexpected outcome that, someone who's just getting to know first time, but then it can come and then support you because you are open. That's open to possibilities. Who knows? Anybody can come and then support. The possibilities are there. Anything can happen. And so then we are open. The third thing difference is visualization. Visualization means that being able to focus on what we want and then dream of the future experience So first we have to develop clarity of what is the future that I'm looking to experience. It's one thing to say, I would like to hold a conference. It's another thing to say, if the conference happened, then how is your life changing? What are you going to go through? What experience are you seeking? Because the conference is something you want to hold. That you are there with who is who of that industry together, having a great debate, stimulating your intellect, create and enjoying that conversation. They are there, noticing many people lifted up as they were as they've been inspired with this conversation that happened, and so then you feel full as people are very inspired with the conversation. You're able to add value to them. You feel great about it. That's an experience you seek. There are conference that some people walked up to you and said, "It changed my life, and you create a lasting impression of what I need to do now." And so feel very, very, very satisfied that you made a huge difference to somebody's life. Now, these are some experiences. If you are seeking, then you have clarity of why you're hosting a conference and then friends. Then whatever is necessary for the conference to be held, things will happen. The idea is to develop clarity. If you have clarity of what you want to create, what you want to experience, then you visualize that experience as if it's happening to you, then you are then utilizing your great mind power and bringing all that experience of the future in the best possible way, creating and imagining in your mind. And so then you're sending the signal and energy towards it. Then the intelligent field recognizes and says, if this is what Ashaji wants to experience, then what are the things that are required, the ingredients required? And so let me supply all the ingredients to it so that the dinners can beautifully be cooked. The ingredients are the people, the ingredients are the money, the ingredients are the things, the places, whatever that is, they all will come. So, dear friends, it's about defining what I need, and then knowing if what I need comes, then here is how my future, my life is changing, and this is the experience that I'm having. So now a lot of this is related to thought. First, being able to set and go into the right thought, and then develop the right emotions around the future experiences that I am wishing to have, understanding what emotions that I'm going to go through, what thoughts I will have towards my goal, and then what emotion that I'll go through. Which means first we have to move into a great thought. And then we learned earlier, 95% of the thoughts of the everyday are repetitive, and many of them are negative. So everything that repeats, that makes our memory stronger. And your thought is repeated, memory becomes stronger. And so cells that fire together, wire together, this is called a neuroscience principle. So then whatever thought you repeat becomes stronger and stronger. The more stronger it becomes, the more subconscious program it becomes, and it automatically acts into the emotional center, which is then a subconscious mind, which continues to produce a lot of emotional chemicals. So if negative thoughts are there about an event or an experience, then they keep producing more chemicals that are moving us to experience more negativity, the feeling of fear, the feeling of sadness, the feeling of lowness. And so then the more we have those emotional chemicals, the more the body feels, the more it signals the mind to interpret and say, okay, I need more of it. And so then you produce more of the same thought. So there's repeated negative thought about a past event or experience that things don't happen. This is not possible. That is how it's going to be life, and all of it then produces the same feeling. And so we are eternally stuck in this thinking, feeling loop. And this needs to be broken so that we can plan new thoughts and then go into new emotion, new experience. And meditation helps to break this thinking feeling loop as meditation slowly disengages from the past. This thinking feeling loop, which is called mental rumination of something, which is what prevents fundamentally from creating a great future. You say, I want to create a future, but sir, but I'm not able to stop this incessant thought that's happening. And the way it's going to continue, it's going to be broken is by regular practice of meditation. When you regularly practice, this thinking feeling loop is broken. When you regularly practice meditation. In meditation, thoughts will come, but they continue to be at it. And slowly and surely, you are weakening the circuit that was thickened before as you meditate day by day. And so then many of the old circuits are broken. They're weakened and slowly they dissolve. Broken means they're weakened. And so the thinking feeling loop, number one, has to be changed. It has to be first dissolved of the past thinking feeling loop, and then we have to put instead a new thinking feeling loop. That means we have to put new thought about newer goals, things that are going to elevate us to experience something beautiful. And then you have to generate feeling about it for a few days so that then we establish a new thinking feeling loop about a future. I encourage you to study You Are the Placebo to understand this concept well. And so then, dear friend, in terms of thought, to understand what kind of thought I allow and entertain, Patrizi beautifully talked about 4 types of thinking. Disastrous thinking, negative thinking, positive thinking, miraculous thinking. Clearly, positive thinking and miraculous thinking are those that are elevating us, are those that are lifting us into a greater emotion, naturally assist us to have better emotion. The growth of anything is happening through higher emotion. And so then it becomes obvious that we develop an ability to be in positive state into miraculous thinking. Disastrous thinking of someone who is beginning to embark on a project is to say, oh, this project, we are going to fail miserably. I don't have any resources, management thrust this project on me. I'm going to fail miserably. And then keep talking about it. Guys, I don't know how we're going to do it. It's going to be ready for finding your job or whatever. A person who thinks that way is going to create a disastrous result. They start the project day 1 or day 2, they submit a document. Client says, what the hell are you guys doing? This is not nowhere near what I want. And they just says, cancel the project. Disastrous thinking. You're just saying it's going to fail miserably. A negative thinking person is saying, I will figure this out, but I'm going to have so many problems. I'm not sure how to pull it off. I've got 2 junior resources. This is not going to work. You guys want 3 months? There's no way it's going to take an year. But we will try. We're going to work on this and see. I know my past, we would try it and then we somewhere did it. And so a person who's thinking negatively is able to then, the project failing in 3 days or 1 week, is able to carry it with it for a few weeks, few months. But then full of negative experiences, something is not working. The client is shouting at you, and then the delivery is not there. Somebody's falling sick, and so many issues come, and then eventually you give up. Negative result. Negative thinking person. Eventually, the project went through for some time. You got a little bit of billing done, but then you're not successful. Your sale got cancelled. A positive thinking person is saying, I know the challenges will occur, but then I think if I can hold on to it, somehow I can weather through the challenges and I can make this happen. I'm sure we've got enough people in the company. If not, I'm able to hire from the market because too expensive, too tough. I can somehow convince the management to temporarily allocate a resource and then get things done. And a positive thinking person, while understands challenges come, is already are preparing himself to be positive in some way to see the help can come. And so this person, even they may have to deliver in 6 months, will deliver positively at some point. Even if it takes 9 months, you delivered it. Your money came in late, but you still billed, you got it. A miraculous thinking person is saying that I am attracting the best resources. And this is for us. This is the way our company can grow. This is the greatest opportunity for me and my team to demonstrate that we have the highest potential. We can create magic. We will work for it. When they're thinking that way, then many things are there. The universe, the field is supporting me because this is something I deeply have been looking for. I got it. I'm going to work for it. A lot of times we want projects, we want service. When the service is given, we put our analytical mind and say, I can't do this, I'm busy, and do that and do this. That's negative thinking. We don't even realize. We're not simply open to the miracles. Several times I ask people, you take this up. And they put their own logical brain in between and say, this is not possible. I don't think I can do that. I've got too much work going. That means you're not even open. You're not even tuning in. You wished you wanted some service to do, then some service comes, you become very selective. You say, this is not what I want, that's not what I want. Merely based on your present state. That's not how visualization works. Visualization is about going into your future state. Manifestation works based on where you want to go, not based on where you are. As a miraculous person is thinking that no things are going to happen for me and universe, they're supporting me because I'm here doing something beautiful that's going to enable the client. I'm going to add huge value by doing it and show the difference. So then, with a miraculous thing, person is drawing it not in 6 months in the delivery time given to him or her, but they're doing it in 4 months and flawlessly, and then gives greatest credibility to the organization, and then gets hugely beautifully recognized. There are different ways that how you want to think. The more you meditate, the more you expand your knowledge. Dear friends, the more miraculous we become. The more you experiment this process, the more unlimiting you become. That means you'll start experiencing things that you never thought of. It's called miracle. Things that you experience uncommonly. We never expected. Patrice used to say, Chandra, did you expect that this foundation will grow and that so many people will come? I said, sir, no. I never expected. That's like, short of miracle. Then he said, I too never expected that PMC channels will grow so much. They just happened. They just grew, and then millions of people came into the PMC channel. I too never expected, Chandra. Miracles happen when you simply think about where you want to go and visualize and dream, dear friends. And so then, how do we go into this elevated thinking, miraculous thinking? We need to figure out draw a vision for yourself and goals that are inspiring you. Tune into yourself, and meditation gives that clarity. It tunes us into what is most important for me. We talk this concept a little bit around purpose towards the later part of this program into 6th week about purpose of how to tune in what is real for you, what is important for you. But the more you meditate, the more you drop all the unwanted clutterous thought that are there, the clutter that is there. I want this, I want that. Or my friends are going and I looked up a new project in this builder is so beautiful. I want that also. The Andhra government organized is talking about some special thing, some hub, and so I want there also. Everything is want. They all will drop. And the only thing that is important will emerge out there. A Zen master was telling a student, the student said, I would like to manifest. What is the way? Then he said to manifest, he looked at the point, the moon, and then looking at showing a pond and said, look, this pond you see the moon. And if you want the moon to be seen clearly, then you have to still the pond. You have to wait for the pond to get still. Then you can see the moon clearly. And so you need to have that mind still so that you can clearly see what is out there that is important, that surfaces. When the pond is still, the moon shows up beautifully. Your goals, your important things will clearly surface up to you. Meditation is beautifully giving us that clarity, dear friends. And then visualizing regulate with deep feelings. So we're going to close this in another 5 minutes about visualization. So then how do I, so that once again, the clarity of what I want, then we are putting a vision board with goals that matter. So whatever is clear for you, it's important for you. When you use the word bucket list, I don't know what the bucket list. Bucket list means you got too many things going. Drop the bucket. Pick up a few things that are important for you. And so then, because everything else will surface up as it is important for you. If you meditate and stay there, slowly things will come up to you. Pick up things that are really important. And then put them on a board. We call a vision board. There are many ways you can organize it. As you see in the picture, your green life, your meditation goals, your health goals, your donation, your growing business goals, many, many areas you have things. Pick up a few things that are really important. It could be just one. Right now, my only goal is to know more about myself. That's it, nothing more. My only goal is to work on my book. My only goal is to see that my business greatly grows. It could be one, it could be two, but not a lot. Like anything, if you want to be focused, pick up a few. And goals are more clearer, unambiguous. And then you also have consequence to think about, and there's a lot here. And then we move on. And so a vision board, an example, sample vision board, you draw. There is somebody who drew and said, okay, I would like to become a successful business person, starting a business or whatever. And then here is I'm studying meditation. He drew a picture, a lot of people in front. Then it's got a happy family. So it means something you draw a picture. The picture need not be beautiful. The picture simply means telling you a story of what is that story, what the picture tells you a story. That's all it is. The story is what future experience you're having when you're drawing the picture. If you're talking about you becoming a successful business person, maybe you have a story. Successful means that maybe you're recognized as the fastest growing startup. Successful means maybe you got a big client that you always dreamt of. The client is using and giving you a lot of appreciation. Maybe that's all success is. It is behind the story, behind that picture that is drawn. So when you draw a picture, simply put those experiences in your mind as you draw the picture. Associate that experience, which is your future experience you're seeking when you draw the picture. And as you do your vision board, put a few things on the board, not a lot, so that you can visualize about all those experiences behind each of this picture at the end of meditation, when you're in a clear mind, when you're in a calm mind, when you're relaxed and excited time, and you go in to visualize all of those experiences that are there behind each of those pictures. Your business, your meditation, your building your home or whatever, your family that together, whatever is that visualization of the experience is, you dream about it. And how do you visualize, dear friends, is this. You affirm your goal that my business is growing. I have started a great company and I am running a great company. That's your goal. We're living a beautiful, coherent life with my family. We're enjoying it. That's your goal. And what's your imagination of the future? The future is that you are on a picnic and you're greatly playing something, some game or whatever. You are in that pool, enjoying time greatly. You are walking in the nature. There's a family together, and then loving the moments and sharing the moments. Those are the imaginations of having a great time. And so you imagine all of them one after the other as if it's really happening to you. When you imagine your future as if it's happening to you clearly with that feeling, and so then, dear friends, when you have clarity of what you're seeking, then you can go into that imagination of that feeling. You just simply dream of it as if it's happening. And so when you do that, dear friends, then the more feeling you have in your imagination, then you are slowly and surely you're changing your subconscious programs from old to new. You're installing these new circuits about your new future. As you have more feeling, then it becomes a recorded memory in your subconscious mind. So that it comes to your hand, it starts playing for you. And what is then subconscious keeps projecting into the field, into the quantum field of possibilities to bring that into reality. It comes from the understanding that observation manifests possibilities. You need to be focused on something, and then you need to have your subconscious mind project it, even if you are not actually on it. It keeps projecting because that's the nature of subconscious. So you're drawing a vision board of what's important to you, which you are putting up in your bedroom door or whatever, in a mirror in the bathroom, which is something you can go and see, or in the work area where in front of your study desk, you put it up there. At some point, it becomes, a crystal clear memory in your mind. Until that time, utilize this physical vision board. Then the vision board is there, which is sort of bringing you back what is important to you. The picture is there to bring you back what are the experiences you're seeking, so that your visualization becomes consistent, like a movie that you're rehearsing every day. And then a few days later, dear friends, you start realizing you're already experiencing that future. So visualization is an important aspect, which is supported by drawing vision boards of what's important for you. And a lot of that comes when you regularly meditate. You become more and more clear about things that really matter to you. And so then, dear friends, we can sure draw a great future into ourselves. Thank you very much. This needs to be explored. It's not good enough to just have a small talk about a 25-minute talk on this. The books that we recommended, you read all of them and then you read them. Any book will slowly support you in many, many different ways. And then things like You Are the Placebo, The Secret, sort of give you these concepts a lot more clearly. And things like Conversation with God sort of help you to recognize and understand what is important for you, right? So both types of books must be read, and then so develop an ability for a greater manifestation. So thank you very much. Yes, Ashaji, any announcements today?
So, wonderful visualization, and I think everybody is going to benefit and make their miraculous life come into being. Dear friends, thank you so much for being here again. And you know, we have heard the saying that it takes a village to bring up a child, and this brainchild of Chandra sir, with the blessings of Patriji, with full support from Vani ma'am, Rakesh sir, and the whole team of Buddha CEO who work relentlessly. I had the wonderful opportunity to see them at Buddha CEO office in Bangalore. It was very uplifting, and I mean, it is wonderful. Young people doing their best to bring this meditation, its science, and uplifting humanity. So we, with our presence, giving our energy into it, either physically, voluntarily, and with money energy, is what brings this to every nook and corner of the world. So I really, I think Nagendra sir is going to give, all the different ways we can contribute. So everyone, please try what you can do and be involved with this beautiful child that needs to grow into this beautiful heaven on earth. So you are both in WhatsApp chats and on in the Zoom chat, we'll be giving you different ways that you can contribute. And please go ahead and look at that and see where you are and what you can do. Thank you again.
Thank you, madam. That's yes. Nagendra put the details about how to contribute. Every drop adds up to an ocean. And so we understand this. And then we have a great, we're excited that we are taking this meditation to every part, to everyone. We are particularly doing work towards taking this to students, graduating students, who are the future citizens for us, future leaders for us. They're stepping into the work life and then have the great opportunity to make a huge difference in the contribution of all the education they received. And so we regularly introduce this to student community. And of course, many people worldwide benefit. So together, of course, dear friends, there are millions and millions of people receive this easily through our support in many ways. We're always leaking volunteering but definitely monetary contribution is helping a great way. So thank you very much for joining, and thank you very much for your active thought and consideration and contributions. And many who contribute feel that they made a difference, huge difference to somebody's lives, because meditation is transforming someone inside out. There's no going back once you take meditation. And when you take a meditation seriously for a few months, there's no going back in life. Then they are there, right? So thank you all. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Ashaji.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Ashaji, there are a few things in the chat.
Yes, I see one question by Amrita Joshi, and it was about, she says, it's about my meditation. I saw something is coming so close to me in front of my eyes, it was. I did not recognize what it was, and I got scared. I did not open my eyes, but how not to get scared? This has happened many times, and I feel it's blocking me somewhere. And she felt her heart shaking. So how can she calm in this situation?
So, madam, there are two things. Before meditation, you form essentially set an intention that there is, whatever there is that is communicating to me is there to help me. And there may be a fear here. I'm assuming that you've read books on life after life, soul evolution, some of those aspects, to understand that there isn't anything out there which can, number one, hurt us. First understanding that we need to have is that anything that happens in meditation is safe, is like a dream, which we know our dreams are there to indicate to us of a past or a future, or symbolically signaling something to change in our present. And so they're there merely as indications, information to us to make use of. And so then same thing with meditation, that whatever is coming to me is to helping me. And for that, we have to let go of some fears. And then for the fears to go, we study life after life also, because basically we study what is invisible. That's important. The visible is there, but the invisible has to be studied. This is where the fears come. So the first step is to read some books, like A Soul Evolution by Michael Newton. Read a book by Peter Richelieu, The Soul's Journey. Talks about the whole astral travel concepts. And so become free about anything that happens in meditation. Like, suddenly you're flying and your body is like, appears dead and all that. And first you have to let go of the fear, otherwise we'll just come back to your body quickly. And so that's one. And Soul's Journey by Peter Richley will help a great deal. We're talking about describing astral experiences, so that anything that is coming in, that we are prepared to allow it to happen, first thing. And the second thing, and if things are, in spite of that, that fear deeply is there, then you have to release something that may be from the past. As affirming that I'm releasing my past, and whatever the past is that is blocking me here, that I am here fully accept, and then I seek forgiveness and I forgive and then let go, and I'm releasing my past. As I seek forgiveness and I forgive. Both are possible for us to have that thing cause us to be very fearful about, potentially. After first understanding about this whole astral world and astral experiences and all of it. After having that understanding, first of all, a fear may go away in many cases. If we're fearful of it, then we're blocking there, because we generally have a fear about any of these experiences. First is to have that dropped, and then in spite of that, if it's still happening, then you're affirming and saying, I am letting go, I'm releasing whatever that may have caused, and so which is where it is causing me as a fear, deep fear here, blocking me to go beyond, and I seek forgiveness, and then I forgive. Both you say, I affirm them, and then go into meditation, and it can help you to slowly let go of that fear to see, right? Either ways, it could be there.
Sir Ajit Kulkarni has the experience of smelling fragrance. And is it documented and its impact, if any?
Is it documented meaning? I don't know what's it. The documented means experience of fragrance that is seeing or anybody sees.
As any other people have seen and
Documented, I can't recollect any books where they may be there. I'm sure they are there because they're documented, meaning so many people have experienced fragrances. Even in this program, I think at the beginning somebody was saying, either here in Telugu program, there is smelling a fragrance. It's common, it happens. Trying to recollect if I've read any books from any masters about this documented. Just like you can see, just like you can hear sounds, you can smell. And in fact, in Patrizi's clan, this is one of the first few things that you try, right? In order to bring out, take out fragrance from a scent bottle. You attempt these. They're called astral experiences. If you want to do astral experiences, you attempt some of these experiences by deeply intending about you taking out scent and then having it. And so then they actually create that experience. There's a master called B.V. Reddigar in Kurnool. In a deep detail, he explained to me how he was successful to believe in this process. In the beginning, he was experimenting of going and then doing an active experience of this. One is to actually attempt to do, another is to naturally things happen to you, and so then you are experiencing the fragrance of a nature, of a flower, of a scent. And in meditation, you may be somewhere, but they're experiencing fragrance or the smell of the cooking food that is coming for some, right? It is all possible. Many things are possible, and many experience regularly. That means I'm sure they're documented somewhere. This book doesn't come to me. Anybody who has remembered having read somewhere can talk about that book here, can suggest to him.
I don't know. I feel like I read it in Autobiography of Yogi, but I'm not sure. I have to go back and read.
Okay, sure, possible. The best is to attempt by yourself. Read the book called You Forever, that it talks about few experimentation that you can do, right? That can help you. Next.
I think that's it. I don't see any other questions.
Okay, madam. Right, so somebody. Okay, friends, so thank you very much. We will see you all tomorrow again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
With every breath I take, I'm grateful. I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful. I promise in this moment to keep my heart